My name is Tonya, and if you're listening to me today, I want you to know something. Behind every smiling woman you see on the road, there is a story. Some are sweet, some are bitter, and some are fire that nearly consumed them. Mine started the day I said yes to Kunle. I met Kunle at a friend's birthday party. He was tall, soft-spoken, and carried himself like someone who had sense. You know those men that talk small, but you can just feel the gentleman vibes. That was Kunle. He worked at a bank then, neat dressing, shoes always shining. He would call me every night, asking how my day went, praying with me before I slept. My parents liked him immediately. So when he proposed, I didn't think twice. The wedding was small but colorful. I remember dancing, sweating under the lace gown, thinking this is it, this is my forever. But sometimes forever doesn't last. Barely 3 months after the wedding, Kunle came home one evening looking restless. "Tonya, I resigned," he said. I dropped the spoon I was holding. "You what?" I left the bank. The pay was too small. "Don't worry, I will get something better." At first, I wasn't angry. After all, a man should want better for himself. But when weeks turned into months, no job application, no interview, nothing, my heart started to beat fast. Instead, Kunle would wake up, brush, eat, and sit in front of TV or laptop. He downloaded games, FIFA, Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat. He even bought gamepads with the little money he had left. His younger brother Tunde, a 27-year-old with no job, came to live with us, and just like that, my house became a gaming center. Every day was the same. I woke up before dawn, cooked, got ready for work, and left the house. By the time I returned, the house would be upside down, plates piled in the sink, groundnut shells on the table, dirty boxers in the parlor. Kunle and Tunde would be laughing at the screen. "Babe, you are back. Abeg, check that rice. We never chop since morning," Kunle would say casually as if I was the maid. I would enter the kitchen, start cooking again, even though my legs were weak. The worst part, after eating, they wouldn't even wash plates. And if I complained, "Tonya, you're shouting too much," Kunle would snap. "If you don't want to cook, leave it, but stop disturbing my peace." Imagine peace. Peace for him meant playing video game while his wife slept. Sometimes, when the stew wasn't salty enough or the meat was too soft, he would insult me. "Even my mother cooks better than this. What kind of woman did I marry?" And Tunde would laugh, adding, "Sister Tonya, abeg, try improve now." Do you know the pain of being insulted in your own kitchen, your own house? Many nights I would cry into my pillow. I wanted to leave, but shame held me. What would people say? That I left my marriage only months after. Slowly, I began to withdraw. I refused intimacy with him. In my heart, I said, how can I bring a child into this mess? We could stay for weeks without talking. The only time he opened his mouth was to complain about food or ask for money for data. Yes, data. Kunle would actually come to me and say, "Babe, abeg, credit my phone. I need to renew my subscription." Sometimes 5,000 naira, sometimes 10,000 naira. I was the one paying rent, electricity, water, food, even his roll-on and hair cream. I started to feel like a mother to a grown man instead of a wife to a husband. The breaking point came when Kunle had a naming ceremony to attend. He needed his white kaftan, but I had forgotten to wash it. That morning he shouted so much, "You are a useless wife. What do you even do in this house? Even laundry you can't manage. You are just eating my food for nothing. He said it in front of his friend and his brother. I stood there frozen, my lips were trembling, but no words came out. Something inside me just broke. From that day, I decided no more cooking, no more wifey duties. The next morning, I dressed for work and left without cooking. He texted me insults all day. Because you are paying some bills, you think you are a man. If not for me, will you even be married? Your parents didn't train you well. He even called my parents reporting that I refused to cook, but of course, he didn't tell them I was the one feeding him and his brother, paying house rent and buying every single thing in the house. That was how I stopped being a wife in that house. His married sister, Mama Shade, started coming every weekend. She would cook, sing insulting songs, and shout at me directly. You call yourself a wife, shameless woman. No wonder you can't give my brother a child. At first, I ignored her, but one Saturday she blocked my way in the corridor. Where do you think you are going? You won't greet me, Abby? You think because you are walking, you are better than us? Before I knew it, she pushed me. That was the last straw. I beat her that day properly. She ran out with her wrapper falling, shouting that I was wicked. Later, Kunle's mother and another sister came to scream at me. I locked myself inside my room. One Saturday morning, there was a loud banging on the door. Open this door or I will break it down. When I peeped through the window, I saw policemen, angry men, and Kunle's mother and sister. I opened the door reluctantly. They stormed me, shouting Kunle's name. That was when I found out Kunle had been borrowing money from cooperative societies, 700,000 in total. He had been hiding, and they traced him to our house. They arrested him on the spot. They carried our TV, DSTV, and standing fan as a collateral. I just packed my bags, called my best friend Amaka, and left. That was how I ended that marriage. 5 years wasted. 3 years later, I met Desmond at a wedding. Tall, dark, funny, and gentle. He lived in the US but came home often. We started dating, and I told him everything, every single detail. He held my hands and said, "That was your past. You deserve peace now." His mother, Mommy Grace, loved me instantly. She cooked for me, brought food to my office, paid for therapy sections, and treated me like her own daughter. Desmond wanted us to marry quickly so I could process my visa. We did a court and traditional marriage. Now we are preparing for white wedding. I wasn't even interested, but Mommy Grace is the CWO president. She begged me, "Just show face, my daughter, leave the rest to me." She has handled everything: dress, makeup, decoration, food, invitations. She's paying for everything. But trouble came again. Kunle's family found out. They went to meet Mommy Grace, spreading lies about me. Guess what she did? She gave them wedding invitation and swaby fabric and told them to get out. She even recorded everything and played it for me. But it didn't end there. One of Kunle's sisters trailed me to a salon, tried to fight me. People stopped her. When Mommy Grace heard, she came with her friend and beat the girl so badly. Her eyes and lips were so low. She warned them never to come near me again. Now, what is out that they are planning to storm my wedding reception. Mommy Grace has arranged security. She even said she would get all of them arrested, including Kunle's aged mother. I keep begging her to calm down. I don't want more drama, but she insists. "Tonya, you are pregnant with my grandchild. Nobody will touch you." And that's where I am, pregnant, planning my white wedding, preparing to relocate with Desmond. My father already returned their bride price 3 months after I left Kunle. Kunle even has a child with another woman. So what do they want from me again? Maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's bitterness, but whatever it is, it won't stop me, because next month I will walk into my white wedding beside the man who loves me and walk out into my new life. Kunle will just remain a story in the past, a reminder of how fire nearly consumed me, but also how I rose again.